Hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of The Shooting Show. Welcome to today's program, friends. We're so glad to have you. I tell you what, we're out here in the thunderstorm right back over there, so we're going to stay out here as long as we can. We'll see. It's moving in on us. And you know, that's the way the things are going in our country. We can see the storm clouds. We know what's coming. We'll have a little advance warning, hopefully, with lightning, and we know it's going to rain. That's what thunderstorms do. Tyrants take away our liberty. They take away our gun rights. We can see the rumblings in Washington and other places around our country to destroy our Constitution, to take away our sovereign rights as individuals to defend ourselves. And that's what's happening, friends. We're going to do something about it. Nobody knows if we can win, but I promise you this. If we all quit, if we all lay around and don't do anything, I promise you we will lose if we don't try, if we don't fight for what is rightfully ours as free Americans. And our gun rights are, in fact, rightfully ours as free Americans. That's why we're working so hard to stay on the air. That's why we're working so hard selling whatever we can and trying to build our network. And yes, it's coming along. And as you're seeing this Sunday night for the first time, when it goes up the first time on satellite, hopefully I'll be home from our Alabama shoot, or be headed home anyway, from our Fun Gun Day there on the 6th in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. We're certainly looking forward to it. This is Wednesday as I'm taping this, so we'll leave and go down there about Friday. Looking forward to a great turnout and a great time, because, friends, shooting is so much fun, whether you enjoy shooting handguns, semi-automatics, revolvers, whatever, for rifles, shotguns, whatever it is. And yes, our mech techs are being shipped. Some of you have already received your mech techs, and we've already had some glowing reports back. People say they can't believe it. They just can't believe how neat these things are and what they do. So we are excited about that, and we do appreciate every one of you purchasing one of our products, whether it's a pistol kit or one of the mech techs. These are terrific pieces of equipment, and trust me on this one, your household will be much better armed if you have one of these in your home in our great 460 Rowland cartridge. You can get the mech tech, you can certainly get the pistol kit from us right here at the program, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Duberly, Louisiana. The zip code is 71024. Now, the mech techs did take a price increase on the 1st of May, a $20 price increase, because they had done a special discount for the introductory group group there that went out. So now they retail at $345, and our pistol kit is still $275 plus shipping, $345 plus shipping, and they are really pieces of work. We still will make a, if you want to get the pistol kit and the mech tech together, we'll do a package deal for $595 for both of them. So at a savings there. Well, friends, we do have a great show for you. We appreciate those radio listeners. You know, I'm on 6 days a week on the American Freedom Network. The judge joins me part of the time, and we're really having some good programs. But more importantly, we're getting our message out to so many people all over the United States that don't know much about guns, that really don't know much about freedom, because now they're not being taught about freedom in school. So that's our job. And remember, the American Freedom Network, you can get it on the internet at americanews.net, or you can certainly get us on satellite, SpaceNet 4, channel 19, 5.82 audio subcarrier. Okay, let's get another shooting show underway. You know, this is the Mossberg, what is it? I forget. 590, actually. So many numbers, as many different guns, you know, that come through here. This is the 590 Mossberg. This is the military shotgun, and essentially it's just a shotgun with a black stock and a more rust resistant. Yeah, it's starting. The range is not going to be far, so we're going to hurry up down here. Anyway, this has the Van Comp barrel. And just to show you how remarkable this Van Comp barrel is, let's show you something at 100 yards. Let's do that right now. Now, friends, I think you would agree that's pretty amazing performance with shot out of a shotgun barrel at 100 yards. It is pretty phenomenal. But it's just amazing what we're learning about the shotgun and the shotgun barrels. You know, these are certainly, I think, the shotgun is the single most versatile weapon because certainly it is good up close for all kinds of small game, varmint control for defense, and with slugs, it's useful at much longer ranges. The shotgun is really the most complete weapon system. And if we have time, if we don't get rained out, we're going to do some looking at shotguns. If we don't, we'll come back. But here's something I want to show you. We got some radio announcements in from a company in California, and it's remarkable what they're doing, and we're going to be starting to hear these radio ads play around the country. And this is very serious. Let me let you listen to one of these, and we're going to put up a picture that I think is appropriate for something like this to remind us that we as free Americans not only have a right, but we need to be armed as armed citizens. It's our duty to be armed so we can defend ourselves. See this picture and listen to this radio ad.
You have reached the 911 emergency service. All operators are busy. Please stay on the line
please
for the
help
next
me.
available
He's
emergency
got a
operator.
knife.
You have reached the 911 emergency service. All operators are busy. Please stay on the line for the next available emergency operator. You have reached the 911 emergency service. All operators are busy. Please stay on.
911 operator, what's your emergency, please? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Last year in the United States, thousands and thousands of 911 calls went unanswered. And if you call from a cell phone, there's no way to pinpoint where you are. Yet politicians like Dianne Feinstein call for more gun control. We have one question. Why do these politicians have armed bodyguards? Can't they just call 911?
Support this advertising. Send checks to Citizens of America. 2118 Wilshire Boulevard, number 447, Santa Monica, California, 90403, or go to citizensofamerica.org.
I hope that you start to hear these ads around the country. And remember, friends, if you can help us stay on the air, because we're here in part due to your contribution, if you can help us stay on the air, you know what our address is. The Shooting Show, 327 Irvin Rowland Road. Because, see, we're not going to quit. We've got to stay in this fight. And the way you can join us, you don't have to come and get on TV and be on the front line, but the way you can help is to help us stay on the air. If you can contribute anything at all to help the Shooting Show stay on the air and reach more people, please do. Send whatever you can to our standard address. We really do appreciate your contributions. That's how we're here. We just won't quit, and a lot of you haven't either. So let's go ahead and start today's program with this Van Comp barrel in this 590 Mossberg. The military shotgun. What's wrong with us having it? You know, what's wrong with that? Watch the bottle on the lower part, on the beam there. Orange juice bottle, 12 o'clock. That's just birdshot, too.
Stay tuned for more of The Shootin' Show after these important messages.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Now, friends, here's one of the most important publications you can get. This is the Great Georgia Arms Catalog, and please write their phone number down, 1-800-624-6861. This is a tremendous catalog with the best ammunition prices available in the United States. Okay, well, here's a mention of the shooting show. Hey, that's reason enough to support them right there, but you get superior ammunition at superior prices. Let's look over here. Let's see, what do we see? 460 Rowland, yes indeed, but we also see a tremendous number of other things. 45 ACPs, 44 Magnums, 41 Magnums, certainly our defense load there, defense special 41 Magnum load available, but all kinds of others. 9mm, 357 SIGs, 44 specials, 30-06s, 7 mags, all kinds of neat stuff. Plus they have components. If you want to load your own, they'll sell you lead bullets, they'll sell you nostril bullets, all kinds of great features. Yes, in fact, they'll even sell you a 460 Rowland kit for the great 1911 guns, cleaning accessories. Here's gunpowder for sale, loading equipment for sale. Friends, give them a call today. These are some of the finest people, period, that I've ever had a chance to meet. Curtis Shipley and our good friend Larry Haney from Georgia Arms, and they're helping to support the shooting show. Give them a call today. Get a free catalog, 1-800-624-6861. And please don't forget to tell them you saw it here on our show. Two single-action revolvers. This is a Ruger Super Blackhawk, very common. This is a Freedom Arms. We took the scope off of it, actually. This is a Freedom Arms, one of their very fine, very expensive revolvers, actually. They've loaned us to use here on the program for a while. And you know, this is state-of-the-art new as far as machine work, but it has an old-timey ignition system. There's your firing pin right there by my thumbnail, and it has no transfer bar. We know these guns are unloaded. We've checked them and double-checked them. You see this right here? This is a transfer bar, and this little, see it move? There's the firing pin, the little round thing right there. And as the hammer's cocked, the transfer bar comes up between the hammer and the firing pin. This is what enables the gun to fire. This gun can be safely carried with 6 rounds in the chamber. This old-style single action can only be safely carried with an empty chamber under the hammer. And if you've got one of the cowboy guns, one of the Ubertis, one of the Italian guns, quality is good on them, but I tell you what, a lot of them have the old-style action, and they're only safe carried with an empty chamber under that hammer, because see, no transfer bar here. You've got the little safety notch, but it's just a little notch. If you drop this gun on this hammer, that little notch is going to probably break and the gun is going to go off. So anyway, if it doesn't have one of these transfer bars like so, and you can watch it moving there, right here, watch it move up and down, only carry it in a single action revolver with 5 rounds in the cylinder, or the hammer down over an empty chamber. Now friends, here's another very, very common situation. We have a semi-automatic pistol here, one of the Israeli Gauls, actually a Model 5000, very fine little gun, in 45 ACP. Okay, let's unload the gun. You know, here's the magazine out of the gun. The magazine well's empty. See the bullet right here. Is this gun empty or is it loaded? Well, let's see. Magazine's out of the gun, and well, guess what? It was loaded. We'll pull the slide back there. So you see, friends, just because you take the magazine out and can see the bullet, you don't need to forget about the one that may be in the chamber. And we check these chambers 3 times for safety. A small rule of thumb. The first time to see if it was unloaded, the second time to be sure it's unloaded, and the third time to see if what we saw the first 2 times was correct. And there's something to this 3 times, because just in case, you see, we're going to pull the slide back. Oh, chamber's empty. Let it go. What happened? We loaded one out. Remember, there's one in the magazine, now it's in the chamber. So we'll unload it, take the magazine out, pull the slide back. There's the shell. All right. Now one more time to be sure there's nothing in it. 3 times, check them.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
As the Congress returns for the pre-election session of the new millennium, an old threat lies waiting to ambush the Second Amendment. Senator Orrin Hatch, a Republican from Utah, has sponsored a piece of legislation as anti-gun as anything Senators Dianne Feinstein or Charles Schumer have ever put forth. Hatch's bill started out as a juvenile justice crime bill. In the legislative frenzy following Columbine, Hatch's bill was approved by the Senate, but the House voted it down. Hatch spent the last half of 1999 pushing to get the House to act on his bill. This is what Hatch was trying to put into law. 1. An end to gun shows by putting open-ended regulatory and taxing power in the hands of Washington bureaucrats. 2. FBI registration of private gun sales at gun shows by subjecting them to the instant background check, the same as licensed dealers. 3. Banning importation of high-capacity self-defense magazines. 4. Forcing gun buyers to buy trigger locks, better known as lock-up-your-safety devices, when they buy a new gun. Senator Hatch came to Washington in the 70s as a let's-get-things-done conservative. Since then, he has become a close personal friend of Ted Kennedy, even flaunting a painting by his Bay State buddy in his front office in the Senate. The inscription under Kennedy's signature reads, "We'll always keep the light on for you at the compound." This is a reference to Kennedy's estate on Cape Cod, and as you can see, it's okay for liberals to have compounds, but it is bad when gun-owning conservatives do likewise. Apparently, Senator Hatch's close personal relationship with Kennedy has put its stamp on the ex-conservative's politics. Not only is he now for gun control, but he has approved virtually every single one of Bill Clinton's judicial nominees. Happily, Republican primary voters have put an end to Hatch's presidential race, but the rest of us still need to put an end to Hatch's juvenile crime bill. This is Larry Pratt in Washington.
You know, friends, Gun Owners of America is the only take the fight to them, no compromise, conservative gun owners group based in Washington, D.C. If you'd like to find out more about Gun Owners of America, or would like to get on their fax line, or would like to join, call them 1-888-886-GUNS, 1-888-886-4867, and remind them that you saw it on our show. Now, friends, by popular request, we have a lot of new viewers to this program that don't understand what our 460 cartridge is and its relation to the 45 ACP. Let's go back and revisit some of our original 460 demo tape. So let's see our 230 grain 45 ACP on the water bottle here on your left. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Well, that's certainly as good as a 45 ACP is going to do. Now let's take our 460. Get my hearing protection in a little better. We always shoot with eye protection and ear protection. And let's observe the same style target here over on our right. A little different, wouldn't you say? We have two more. So obviously we have a much greater power level than with the 45 ACP. But we're not through yet. Let's do a little bowling with our 460 Rowland. Wouldn't you call that a strike? Now friends, to show you the difference in our 460 Rowland and the 45 ACP, you'll notice that the two loaded rounds are almost of the same. In fact, they are the same length overall, but you'll notice our 460 Rowland here on your right has a longer case, and this is to prevent it from chambering in an unmodified 45 ACP. Our bullet diameter is the same as the 45, uses the same components, same loading dies, same loading machines, but the dies have to be adjusted, and this is for safety reasons because we're using, on our 460 Rowland, we're using a much stronger case design than the 45 ACP was ever designed to be, and we don't want anyone to attempt to insert our 460 Rowland in a 45. So we're calling it the 460, even though it is a true 451 diameter with all the bullet styles and weights that are out there that are in use for the 45 ACP. This is the difference. I'll show you something else. Here are a couple of empty cases. You can see it a little better. Here is our 460 Rowland case here and a standard 45, and you see it's about a 1/16 of an inch longer to give it that safety edge of not being able to be chambered in a 45 gun that has not been properly modified. Now friends, we have a number of different bullet styles available, going from left to right. The 230 grain full metal jacket running at about 1,340 or so feet per second, next to the 230 grain jacketed hollow point using the excellent Hornady bullet. Here we have a 200 grain jacketed hollow point running at about 1,450 feet per second. And then we have the defense load, which is a milder recoiling 185 grain Noshler bullet running at 1,350 feet per second, but realize that's still 750 foot-pounds of muzzle energy, and it kicks like a 357 or a hot 9mm. And on the right we have our super high performance round, the 185 grain Noshler bullet running at over 1,550 feet per second. A tremendous performer. We have something across the board for whatever performance you may need in a handgun. Our 460 Rowland will just about do it. And we'll remind you that you can use the very same 45 ACP loading dies and the same 45 ACP magazines. All you have to change with the kit, our drop-in kit available from us here at the program in Clark Custom Guns in Princeton, Louisiana, you just change out the barrel and the spring with the drop-in kit, and all your other accessories and loading gear and holsters are the same. This is our original test gun. This is one of the great Kimbers converted to the 460 Rowland, and you'll notice it has a compensator on the end of the barrel. This is one of the great Clark compensators, and this attachment is what helps the gun to keep from having premature wear. It also greatly reduces muzzle jump and recoil. This is an essential part of the kit that we're using on this new 460 gun. Now friends, what our 460 Rowland does, it essentially gives 44 Magnum class power to the 1911 style guns, and you also don't get the 44 Magnum class recoil. You get the power without the terrific recoil and muzzle blast of the 44 Magnum. And of course it shoots just as well in the revolvers as it does in the semi-automatic. We have all these available. And of course on the revolvers we can rechamber the 45 ACP cylinders on the Ruger Blackhawk so you can shoot our 460. And of course on the 625 Smith & Wessons, loads with full moon clips, just load it right up there and you have 44 Magnum class power without the with all the muzzle blast and recoil. Yeah, they do have some kick, but let's show you something right now. We have a target bar here from the good folks that make the targets we use on the program, some of the cutouts there, and they have a little target frame here. It has a sliding top. And I'll show you something. Let's take our full charge 460 here, our 1911, And we're going to place it, about an inch or so, maybe about an inch, underneath the bar. And let's see if it hits that bar. You watch it. Now this load we're shooting full charge over 900 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Let's see how much recoil it has. My hearing protectors in, yes, they are loud. Now watch, just about so much right here. Let's take a look at it. Now see, friends, it never touched. And we're about, I guess an inch and a half underneath our full charge 460. All right, let's take a 4-inch 44 Magnum, same difference here, and let's see what happens. Watch the bar, same difference.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
And friends, remember, if you need a Kramer holster, which is the best holster money can buy, you can call our friend Dennis Crocker, 864-587-8722. Dennis has holsters specifically for our 460 Rowland guns, as well as a wide variety of other handguns. So give him a call today, 864-587-8722. And a broadcast copy of our shooting shows are archived at Jim's House of Videos, area 318-869-0439, or on the internet, www.jimshouseofvideos.com. And now for our support group, friends, let's mention Custom Leatherwork and Saddlery in Denham Springs, Louisiana. Their number is area 225-667-9225. And for your communications needs around Albuquerque, New Mexico, call Brooks Communication, area 505-888-2929. And to have your gun stock painted, call Camouflage Technologies, area 909-674-6488. And for heavy equipment rentals in Southern California, call Gearlings Equipment Rentals, area 909-354-6476. Friends, we're out of time on today's program. We invite you to watch our next show. We look forward to seeing you then on the next shooting show.